Fans of the original programming block for Cartoon Network's Adult Swim should be accustomed to long waits. In 15 years, there's only been 7 seasons of the Venture Brothers. Likewise, Rick and Morty premiered in 2013 and has only managed 3 seasons so far. But with a massive 70-episode order, show creators Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon are set up to ramp the delivery of the show that has managed to master the unexpected. With the freedom to create without worrying if there will be a next season, the show is sure to get even crazier, if that's even possible. Details have been sparse as the long-awaited Season 4 gets ready to premiere in November, but here are some of the things we can expect for the next season and beyond. If you were wondering how long a popular animated show had to be around for before it animated a fan into an episode, the answer is 4. That's right. Going into the 4th season of Rick and Morty, creators Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon are holding a contest for a fan to be animated into an episode. This hallmark of fan service can be done for any number of reasons, from simple promotion to desperate attempts to revive sagging ratings. This time, however, it's being done in support of a cause that resonates with the creators. Fans who want to end up in the multi-Rickverse have to donate to Next for Autism. Anyone who donates $10 or more will be in the running to have themselves appear in an undetermined future episode. No word on how involved you'll be in the process either. Naturally, there's more to it than just having yourself turned into a Rick and Morty character. You also get to spend a day with Roiland and Harmon, which is certain to be an experience all on its own. Rob Schrab. Hardcore fans of Rick and Morty know that the show has its roots in Dan Harmon's channel 101 and the show that they were forced to pull, House of Cosby's. After the legal troubles House of Cosby had, their parody of Back to the Future became more of an outlet for Roiland's voice characters and Harmon's writing style, and the multiverse-tripping pair was born. Though his contributions might not hit until Season 5, the room got more familiar recently with the addition of Rob Schrab. Schrab and Harmon met in Milwaukee doing comedy sports and became close friends. The serial number on Schrab's cult comic book Scud the Disposable Assassin is Dan Harmon's birthday. It was Scud getting option that brought the pair out to Los Angeles, where they eventually sold their script to Monster House. Harmon recently shared a wall of Schrab's ideas generated in a single day, which Harmon quipped as awe-inspiring from a distance at which I should have stayed. Cthulhu. The Rick and Morty opening sequences are a show unto themselves. Bookended on every season's opening credits are 2 scenes where we never see the rest of the story. The first one shows Rick leaving Morty to be attacked by charging brown toothy blobs. The other involves a flying Cthulhu-style monster chasing Rick's car, while Summer seems to be holding a baby Cthulhu monster. In the mad multiverse world of Rick and Morty, there are a lot of things that simply don't matter. Not when you can just switch realities to one where things worked out better, which means that events like running from a giant Cthulhu monster while stealing its offspring might just be a Tuesday. But Justin Roiland told a fan at a panel at Comic-Con that there was a part 2 to that sequence that might end up in the credits. No word on the Morty in the first part though. Bigger guests. One of the perks of popularity is that you get to pull in bigger names as you go. In the first season, the show had voices from Dana Carvey, who appeared on Harmontown, and John Oliver, who had a role in Harmon's NBC cult hit Community. That list grows in Season 4 with even more celebrity voices. Director of Thor, Ragnarok, and What We Do in the Shadows, Taika Waititi will lend his voice, as well as Kathleen Turner, Paul Giamatti, and Jurassic Park actor Sam Neill. Waititi's character was revealed in a Comic-Con clip of Season 4 as an alien app developer that has apparently put Morty and his father Jerry in a bind. Sam Neill, another New Zealander, is also reported to be in that episode for a double down of New Zealanders. Evil Morty. Once upon a time, there was a rogue Rick that was killing Ricks and kidnapping Mortys. Only that Rick was being controlled by his Morty. That evil Morty was able to slip in unnoticed with the freed Mortys. Evil Morty slid into the group of rescued Mortys, only to show up again where he successfully runs for president of the newly reformed Council of Ricks. The only one who knows of his evil ways is his campaign manager, who tried to assassinate Evil Morty. None of this is known to our Rick and Morty, who took a trip to Atlantis, actively avoiding the stories at the Citadel. A black and white Twitter image of Morty's with the telltale mind control wires sticking out of one of their eyes hints that this is of course not true. More episodes. Perhaps one of the more frustrating parts of the long waits between seasons is that those seasons seem to end before they begin. So far, each of the seasons have been a cable-friendly 10 episodes long. Between season 3 and season 4, however, the fortunes of Rick and Morty changed drastically. The biggest change is in how many episodes were ordered. Instead of a new season or even 2, Adult Swim ordered a whopping 70 new episodes. Roiland and Harmon have said that the large order of episodes will eliminate a big factor in the wait between seasons, that is, negotiating for the new season. Harmon has also indicated that with the large order, they could do even longer seasons of 14 episodes. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Harmon said, "I would like to think I've learned enough from my mistakes in season 3 that we could definitely do 14 now. The nice, healthy way to approach this is I want to prove it with the first 10 episodes of season 4. Prove it to ourselves, to production, to the network, that it's so easy that we'll earn additional episodes." Interdimensional cable. While Rick and Morty have become a runaway hit and one of the most popular shows on the Adult Swim block, it can never really get that far from its Channel 101 roots. Channel 101 started out as a film challenge by Rob Schrab that ballooned into a monthly screening of 10 5-minute films. The festival became a playground for friends of Harmon and Schrab as well as other figures, attracting talents like Sarah Silverman and Drew Carey for some of the series. But the loose nature also led to improvisational moments and just rank silliness. There's no greater example of that than the episodes that involve Rick or the family members watching traditional interdimensional cable, which features Roiland improvising different shows across the multiverse and animated into shows. It's not the only anthology format the show has used, but it's one they've used more than once. Thanks to an Instagram photo of Roiland from a recording booth tagged IDC3, maybe, it looks like we'll get a third surf through the channels. Maybe. Serialized stories. Continuity is a hard thing to track in a show that moves from dimension to dimension. The unique nature of Rick and his portal gun is that anything is possible, and the show isn't tethered to any one particular story. Even an episode where it turns out that the battery on his car is powered by a tiny universe of people on treadmills can be contained to a single episode. Part of this is attributed to Harmon's adherence to the principle that a television show returns to where it began, which is to say that no matter what happened in the episode, the characters are roughly where they started, so they could do it all again next week. But there's also been uncertainty over the future. What would be the use of planning big if each season could be your last? With the big order, Roiland was able to suggest that there will be more serialized content sprinkled over the episodic ones, telling fans to watch the episodes in order. Meeseeks. Rick and Morty has managed to create a memorable cast of supporting characters that in some cases seem like one-offs, but even one-offs can make their return. There have been Instagram posts that suggest some other characters might be making a return in season 4. Perhaps in the same vein as Gearhead, there appears to be a race of aliens resembling Croku-bot from the Vindicators 3 episode, meaning that we might get to see if Rick is right, and they fall into a vat of redundancy. One of the more popular characters who only made one appearance are the Meeseeks. Meeseeks come into existence to help someone with a problem, and then cease to exist. It seems tragic, but it turns out for a Meeseeks, existence is pain, and if the task takes too long, it takes a toll on the Meeseeks. In an interview, when asked about returning tropes, Dan Harmon indicated that Meeseeks will appear in a few episodes, no doubt helping various people out with tasks, hoping it goes better than Jerry's golf swing. Breaking the circle. During the development of Channel 101, Dan Harmon ran into the problem of how to help the people making the series for the festival structure their shows. It's a subject that has launched 1,000 screenwriting guides. To help out the struggling filmmakers, Harmon went all the way back to the source, which is to say Joseph Campbell's analysis of what he called the hero's journey. Campbell's work gained mainstream notoriety when another creator used Campbell's work to create a modern mythology called Star Wars. Campbell's book, The Hero with 1,000 Faces, became a guide for modern storytellers. Harmon condensed Campbell's hero journey into a simplified 8 elements that marked the hero's journey, but would then lead the characters back to the status quo that he called the story circle. But with 70 episodes stretching into the horizon, Harmon has indicated that he's more open to shows not necessarily based on his story circles, that they can evolve more organically. With the open-ended nature of the show, he no longer feels as beholden to a strict structure. Those are just some of the things that we can expect to see in Season 4 and beyond, along with the completely unexpected. What are you most looking forward to? Let us know in the comments, and hey, while you're there, why not hit that subscribe button?